Are we live? Oh, we are live. We are live. Here we go, man. Welcome. We're going to do 15-minute introduction today. Shall I just sit here while I wait? No matter what I do with my shirts, they always end up creased. Like, there's always... Have you noticed this? This is such a weird way to start the show. But have you noticed, because I have to pull these over my hair, eventually t-shirts get like a little bit stretched out around... like they should be tighter, but because they have to go over this so much times, it ends up being like a whole thing, because it's a whole, get it, like a whole thing, you know. I'm just gonna stop. I'm not gonna say anymore. Welcome. Brett Williams on the Modding Duty. Good to see you, my friend. We got Aiden up the top right there. We got Dan. How's it going? N Gaming Channel. How you doing? The Vegan VR King in the chat. How you doing as well? Mr. Unknown. Let's go, baby. How you doing? I haven't seen what Hassan said. Please let's hold off until we get into the show, because people are a little bit jumping the gun here. We've got a set amount of things to talk about. I will run that down with you in a second. Jacob, welcome to the chat. Winnipeg Gamer, how you doing? DJD in the chat. How's it going as well? But we are having a 15-minute introduction because I just want to make sure that everybody knows we're live. I want to make sure everybody is able to, get in before we do the discussion. I've been feeling quite down today. Look, no matter how much you get past the Rona, it still has its effect on you. Like, I still find myself getting tired at random times and stuff like that, so I've been feeling that quite a lot, but I'm putting on a brave face and I'm trying to stay up. We got Zan in the chat. How's it going? We got Really One Gamer, aka Sir Nuts a lot now, over on the Discord. Adrian, how you doing as well? Dammy, how you doing as well? Young Jay, how you doing? I just want to make sure that we're letting everybody get in. Overall, just a few things to talk about this evening. Obviously, we got the Ubisoft Plus coming to Xbox, but not coming to Game Pass in a sense. So we'll talk about that a little bit. We'll get some opinions on that. We've got the PlayStation VR 2, which some of you may know I did a video on earlier. I do appreciate people bringing the conversation today. I will check through comments either later if I'm feeling up to it, or first thing tomorrow morning. Keep the conversation going. Alongside that, we've obviously got the Horizon VR news as well. We've got a little bit of Uncharted film update. I figure this kind of plays into gaming discussion, so we can at least watch the plane scene, which has been released by Sony. I figure we can talk about that. I want to have a little bit of a look at the information around Bully 2. That was a project that was cancelled, because I haven't looked into that at all, but it'd be nice to have a look at that. We will add in any abandoned talk, because technically Bullied 2 was abandoned, so we may as well talk about abandoned, especially if Mr. Unknown saying that Hassan said something new. I kind of had a go at Hassan on Twitter when he did his last announcement, because he was all talking about, everybody's being a hater and blah, and it's like, shut up, bruv. Shut up. Nobody's being a hater. You guys set yourselves up for most of the stuff that you are getting as backlash. Just because people have an issue against the way that you've delivered your product doesn't necessarily mean that we're being haters. And the fact that you can't separate that says a lot about why you guys don't understand you're in the problems in which you are having around your game, because you're looking at things with the wrong mentality. And yes, I am completely aware that there will have been a bunch of idiots that will have stepped the line and talked about death threats and said ridiculous things that I completely don't agree with. In any shape or form. But at the same time, right, you have to understand that the way that you delivered everything to do with your app and all of the promises you made and stuff last year, you fucked people around, and they have the right to be annoyed about the way that you delivered it, and they have a right to feel that way without being labeled haters or toxic community or so on and so forth, but we're not going to talk about that much more, but we will have a look at whatever Hassan has said, especially if he's put it up on Twitter, so on and so forth. So we'll add that to the list. We're going to have a little bit of a discussion about the PS Plus games for the month, because I believe they went on today. I started adding them to my library today, and And finally, we will have an open forum Q&A to end everything, where people can throw any questions, anything that you think is worth talking about, then please do let me know. So that's the overall outline for this evening. I hope that works with most people. Ankit, how's it going, man? How's it going? What you saying? I'm not sure if I missed it, but did you do a playthrough of Guardians? Yes, I did do a playthrough of Guardians, actually, over on Twitch. One of my favorite game... Am I going to say it? Am I going to say it? I think it's my game of the year. I think it is my game of the year for 2021. It was between that and Kena. I understand that Ratchet & Clank is a strong contender. I understand that Returnal is a strong contender as well. But Guardians of the Galaxy was not only, like, technically stunning, like, the game looked great, the facial animations are second to none, but the way that it was acted, the narrative, and everything that they put together with that game to deliver the story that they did, but more importantly, deliver the enjoyment factor that they did with that game, I think it might just take my game of the year. Because if that doesn't count as my game of the year, I will probably say that Death Stranding's re-release or Ghost of Tsushima's Iki Island, which both technically don't fall as new games, so I don't want to count them. But overall, Guardians of the Galaxy was an excellent exploration into all of the characters. It was filled with emotion and so much fun. I love that game, and if you didn't see the playthrough, I'm pretty sure it is still on my VOD, videos of demand, on Twitch. I don't think they've expired yet, so please do check them out. I will download them. If people want me to just upload them as they are onto the YouTube channel so you can look through it, then I'm happy to do that, but I won't be cutting them down or editing them, because honestly, moving forward this year, unless I think it's something that is worthy of just being clipped into best bit stuff from my streams, I'm not going to waste the time. Because overall, people just don't seem to watch them. But if there are people that would rather I upload full-on stream versions, like for a game like Guardians, because you want to be able to dip in and out and have a look, I'm more than happy to do that as well. But if I'm thinking correctly, I only streamed half. No, you know what? I only streamed half of it. I only streamed half of it because I decided the game was that damn good that I wanted to finish it in my own space. And I'm happy I finished it in my own space and on my own time, because that game deserved the one-on-one love. I didn't want to think about like chat or anything like that. I just wanted to just me in the game, you know, and I'm happy I done that. So scrap everything I just said. There we go. Juan, how you doing? Welcome to the chat. Florin, dude, how you doing? Welcome. Kovra, good to see you, my friend. Connor, good to see you as well. Smoggy, good to see you. All the members turning up in a nice little controlled batch of chat right there. I massively appreciate anyone that is a member. Reminder, if you are a member on here, please do message me, let me know, or pop up in my Twitch stream so I can make you a VIP member over there. It's a crossover thing. If you're a member over here, then you instantly become a VIP over there, you know? Like, that's how I'm trying to treat it and stuff. And most of the time, overall, I will be streaming near enough all of my gaming stuff over here, unless it's like a special event. You know, like when Abandon finally drops their app, I will stream it on here as well as Twitch, just because that was a very big stream over here, and there's certain things that I think transcend being put in one place and deserve to be multi-streamed. Sorry that I'm just getting through all of this, but you set me off on something, and I'm going to talk about it. And while I do agree that the gameplay is quite repetitive, I think there's ways to approach it. The only thing I didn't like was the final home run, like the final stretch where it was just a bit like, can I have a little less enemies and just get to the end of this incredible story? And to anyone that has played the game without ruining it, the end credit scene for that game is the best end credit scene I've ever seen in a game. That's all I'm going to say on Guardians. If you haven't played it, go and check it out. It is a great game, and it deserves the love, and I can't wait for the sequel, because it's definitely going to get a sequel. And I honestly didn't think that anyone other than Insomniac would be able to touch the superhero genre, apart from Rocksteady, obviously. But I was pleasantly surprised, especially off of the back of what the Avengers game was like, that Guardians was dealt with in such a great manner, because they really did a great job. Tiago, welcome to the chat. Yeah, looking forward to the sequel as well. I really can't wait for it. Georges, how you doing as well? How is everybody doing? Like I said, we're going to do a 15-minute introduction. I want to allow enough people, enough time to get in before we start talking about things. Because I think just moving forward, I don't need to stick to any strict schedule. I do like talking to people. I like checking in with everybody. And I think that, you know, a lot of the time there's a lot of streams where they just have like the stream is starting and they put that on for an hour or half an hour or whatever. I would rather have an interactive intro and us just let people get in and then move on to things like that, you know? What's up, dog? You need to put the PSVR 2 specs on the screen. I mean, I uploaded a whole special upload about the PSVR thing from the presentation, but I can pull them up if you want me to do that. Of course, welcome to the chat, Michael Myers. How you doing? I don't have them to hand, so let me just pull that up quickly. That's a good suggestion. I was just going to do a sort of briefing because, like I said, I've done an upload on that today, so I just wanted to get some people's thoughts in the chat, you know. But here we can pull up the specs and stuff. PlayStation vlog will do it. So there we go. Okay, so that's ready to go as well. That's the second talking point. Our first talking point is about Ubisoft, and we're going to get into that in just a little bit of time. Avengers performance really gave Guardians a hit because people had low expectations, but it blew them out of the water. Exactly. For narrative-driven games, Eidos Montreal is one of the best. Deus Ex has an amazing story and lore. I wish we could get a Deus Ex 3. Never played Deus Ex, so I'm going to take your word for it. Jason, welcome to the chat as well. I hope everybody is having a good week. It's Wednesday, so, you know, that's one of two things. I always say this. Wednesdays can go one of two ways, and I kind of like having this stream on a Wednesday because I tend to get down on... I'm like Garfield, but for Wednesdays. Like, Garfield hates Mondays, I hate Wednesdays, you know? And not the Spider-Man actor. I'm talking about the little orange cat that used to have a car. You know Garfield? I shouldn't have to explain Garfield to nobody. But yeah, overall, so I like doing this stream because it gives me a chance to, in the middle of streaming weekly, not only does it mean I'm not playing a game, which I think is good because it avoids burnout, but it also gives me a chance to let you guys take it away. And if I'm in a sort of like, you know, a Wednesday, if I'm in a Wednesday mood, shall we call it, I know that I have this and it will instantly bring me up. We were talking about this before. It's one thing I was mentioning when I did the return stream. I was saying I want this year to be about the community. I want these streams in general to be about the chat. I want people to have a good time. I want people to be at the forefront of everything we do over here. I want the Bamalam first. That's the new slogan for the year, okay? That's the new slogan, Bamalam first, you know? It's about the discussion moving forward. I know there's great games coming out this year and so on and so forth, but I just want to cultivate the best community on YouTube, which I know we already are, but I want to bring this to the masses and I want to make this such a big thing moving forward. And I think putting everyone at the forefront is what any streamer should do. There's so many streamers I watch that just ignore the chat. I don't watch them for long, but there's so many streamers that just aren't interactive. There's so many people that think streaming is just putting on a camera, playing a game and not doing anything. And it's not the way to do it, man. Like, ultimately, the chat should be... I love, and I said this once and I will say it again, I love going into a streamer's chat and everyone's just bouncing jokes and you can just jump in on that joke and it's just good, man. At the end of the day, you gotta look at your stream like a house party. And in a house party, if you're a good host, you want to make sure everyone's got a good drink in their hand, everyone's got whatever is their preference of choice that we're not gonna say, but you know what I mean. You want to make sure that everyone is hooked up for whatever it may be. You know, like, and that's how I'm trying to approach streaming in 2022, which is how I've tried to approach it overall, but I am very aware that I get lost in the games sometimes and sort of start to get too caught up in that. I want to make sure that everything is at the forefront. That's why I'm going to be playing much more sort of simulation games and games that are a lot more open, you know, open world games like Minecraft, or games like I'm going to buy House Flipper for this month. I think that will be hilarious. I've got like where is it? Down here. Like, I got like Jurassic Park, the Evolution 2, games like this where we can just talk about things and the game is the secondary, you know. That's how I'm trying to have it moving overall. Blink Space Studios, welcome to the chat as well. On a bike now, just sitting back and watching. Hey man, chill out. How's it going? Cyber Ninja Gaming, good to see you as well. Is there anyone else that wants to do a hello? We are now at the 15-minute mark. I think I've given everybody enough time to get into it. So should Should we do it? Shall we start State of Games? I think I'm gonna get like a whole intro. I've got a long list of things that need to happen in January. I've written it. You know, I'm serious. If I write it down, because digital things can go wherever, but I've written down everything that needs to happen. It's stuff like new intro, new outro, new end card, update bios, blah, all of that stuff that I need to get done this January, so we get everything moving. Angel, man, I didn't see you. I hope you had a good birthday. I hope you're doing well. Let's talk about the first talking. Say hello to me again. Connor, how you doing, man? How you doing, buddy? Let's have a look at the first thing on the, here we go, which is, Ubisoft. I never know how to pronounce it, which was embarrassing when they raided my stream and I was pronouncing their name wrong. But yes, they are bringing Ubisoft Plus to Xbox, which I think is like fair enough. I think if you're in Xbox's position overall, I think you need to treat it not so much like Netflix. I know they want Game Pass to be a lot like Netflix, but I think they should do it a little bit more like Amazon Prime. You know, when you go on Prime Video, you have the main stuff that you get for free, and then you have stuff that you can sign up for trials with. Like you can get like Stars TV, or like over here it's got like the British Film Institute and things that you can sign up for, which is really good because that has all of the Kurosawa movies on it. So I recommend if you want to watch like Seven Samurai and all of that good stuff, it's actually good. For £5 a month, you just get through all of them, and then you don't subscribe to the rest of the months. You just pick one each month. I pick a different one. I picked Stars because I wanted to watch Black Sails again and things like that. So I think Game Pass actually bringing in other subscription services isn't the worst idea. You know, I don't think it's the worst idea at all. But I do think it's funny that people instantly assumed that they were going to... Let me move over here quickly. People instantly assumed that they were going to... what's zoom in? Is it controlling this? Yes. Yes. Okay, there we go. And also, this is my Twitter, @Bamalam, if you ever want to just give me messages and say stuff off stream. I always welcome it. Why is the display like that? I don't know. It's tough being... I can just do fit to screen, can't I? Come on. Come on, fit to screen. There we go. But yeah, okay, so I think it's very interesting that they were straight away like, it will be a separate subscription. Like, they had to just throw that out there straight away. So, I don't think it's the worst thing in the world, but I mean, like, if that's the case, does it really make it, like, that exclusive to Game Pass? Like, do we not have access to Ubisoft Plus on other platforms already? I mean, if you're paying for it, you should have... What's this hair doing? Hey, none of that. There we go. There we go. Black Sails is a great show, but we're not here to discuss shows. We can towards the end if you want. When is Spartacus coming to the PS5 service? I would love a Spartacus game. I'm not going to lie to you. I would love a Spartacus game. Des Troy, how you doing? What a great name and a great pun right there. Des Troy. Perfect. You know what, though? I like being in here because it means that everybody's chat comes up. But hopefully that's bigger now. Ubisoft, there we go. People pronounce that's not my stripper name. But yeah, what are your thoughts and feelings on this? How do you feel? I always ask people about Game Pass, and I think the general thing is because most of us here are like PlayStation first and foremost. I feel like it's I feel like there's a tendency to sort of look down on Game Pass, but I'll be real with you, man. Having the Game Pass on my PC has not been a bad thing at all. Like, I'm playing Halo Infinite for free, because I wouldn't pay for that. Having played it, I wouldn't pay for it, you know? Canadian 009, how's it going, my friend? I think Dan meant the new service Spartacus. What is the service Spartacus? Am I out of the loop on that? I was like, yo, let's bring Blood in the Sand back, you know? Let's bring Sparkus Blood in the Sand back. Like, let's do it. Yes, thank you for the belated Christmas and belated New Year, Canadian 009. Doesn't seem like too much people have any opinions on this, because at the end of the day, it's like, fuck Xbox. You know, I know Talon has been enjoying Halo as well, and we're going to have to agree to disagree, because while I can understand why people think it's a good addition to Halo, it's nothing near what Bungie were able to create almost 10 plus years, more than 10 plus years. It came out when I was 17, right? It came out in like 007. So, So 007, you know, yeah, 2007, right? It came out a long time ago. I guess we can have a little look at what some of the Ubisoft reactions are as well. My friends, Ubisoft Plus is coming to Xbox. It is not included in Game Pass. Pass it on before it gets out of hand, and remember, reading comprehension helps. Oh, I love this guy, man. I love this guy. We did a project with him when we were working at Unilad. I wasn't involved, but hey, great stuff right there. Ubisoft Plus is £17.99 even, so that's like at least 15 quid, and then Game Pass is $15 as well. Yeah, I have to agree with Jay Barry right here. Like, definitely just invest in PS Plus and PS Now. Like, that's a lot of money to be shelling out on a monthly basis, especially when you consider that Ubisoft really isn't going to bring that much to the table. This is no offense to Ubisoft. I think they've been doing really well in recent times. I actually think that they've really sort of like been nailing a lot of their releases. Like, I love Riders Republic. A lot of people are big fans of Far Cry 6 and such. You know, like Watch Dogs Legions wasn't bad at all, really. I still think that Valhalla was a great game. It just went on for way too long. I think they could have definitely optimized that and brought it down a bit, and I think they've been doing a good job overall, but they don't have like the biggest of catalogs to really justify paying that much alongside the Game Pass. Do you think, am I wrong in saying that, or do you agree? Have I tried Deep Rock Galactic? We'll talk a little bit about that when we get to the PS Plus stuff, because that is obviously out on PS Plus. Game Pass is sick, especially with big games dropping on day one now. Yeah, I think that's the best appeal about it. And like I've said previously, I really do think that Game Pass has advantages for stuff like families and people that are in financial situations, which, hey, off of the back of, like, you know, the whole Panasonic and everything, people's jobs changing, so the scenarios changing and stuff like that, I don't think that, like, subscription-based gaming that gives you, like, big titles on day one is the worst thing in this current climate. If you can afford to have both, then you're in the best position. If you can afford to basically have all platforms, you're in the best position possible, you know. But I can understand the appeal for a lot of people for why Game Pass has a big following and support system. Like, I'm not going to look down my nose on it completely, but I think this should have been I think they should have struck a deal here. I definitely think they should have struck a deal. So at this point, Ubisoft Plus is $14.99 for PC. So as once a time it had EA Play was an app on Xbox too, so for it to be on Game Pass, I don't know, it seems insane, but we shall wait. Yeah, exactly. Are these all paid subscriptions? Do you have to pay for Game Pass, EA Play, and Ubisoft on Xbox? You have to pay for all of those? They definitely need to work out a bundle package, man. There should be like a $20 a month, £20 a month package, I think, overall, because you're starting to stretch people's pockets, and that's going to go against what you're trying to promote overall, kind of thing, you know. I want to get Dirt 5. Yeah, we'll talk about Dirt 5 as well. Halo's already losing a ton of players. Yeah, I'm not surprised. It is what it is. It's a bit of a flavor of the month. Sadly, I think it should be more, but it's not. So yeah, all of those being paid services is absolutely crazy. Lane Pass is quantity. PlayStation is quality. I prefer quality. 100%. But some of those day one like, you know, like some of them are playable. Like I'm not going to like say that some of those day one releases are at least good. Eventually down the line, maybe like in a few years time, like Game Pass will be really viable with all the Bethesda stuff, and like I was saying, Hellblade 2, Sunana, whatever her name is. I think there's room for some good stuff, but at this point in time, it is very much like they're just feeding you Steam games a lot of the time, you know, which isn't great at all. Splinter Cell will be the saving grace if they get it right. Obviously, Splinter Cell is a huge huge franchise for Ubisoft, and I really do hope that they sort of bring that into the modern era in a way that appeases old fans, I guess is the best way of putting it. You know, Ubisoft Plus and Game Pass as well becomes a lot of money, especially if EA Play is thrown in there as well. That's when it moves into the realm of just being like not good as well. Overall, you know, Valhalla was exhaustingly long. And games like Ghost of Tsushima is short and sweet. Yeah, 100%. But I feel like Valhalla had its heart in the right place, but they just went way too far with it. Like you gotta remember, this is like, you're moving into like the TikTok generation and stuff, you know? Like, it's like people's overall attention spans are just not there. It's not. And people's time to play a lot of the time is not there as well. But I do know Callie, as he said, 180 hours on Valhalla for the plat, and that's before the DLC. Exactly. Like, that's a lot of time, man. That's a lot of time you could be spending with family, friends, having a life and such, you know? I mean, not that any of us really have a life. But but yes, Thomas, how you doing, man? Good to see you, man. I saw Clifford the Big Red Dog promotion thing earlier, and I thought of you. My friend. What is Spartacus? Who is Spartacus? This is where you guys will go, I'm Spartacus. I am Spartacus. I feel like Microsoft is happy with the Game Pass. Yeah, and just taking massive payments from EA and Ubi to be like, meh, try get involved, but we don't really care. Yeah, exactly. Like, the thing is, like, at the end of the day, Microsoft don't care about money. Like, they can pretend that they do, but they don't, like, they're Microsoft. Like, why would they ever care about money? You know, it just doesn't make any sense at all, because they're literally in a point of profit where they're just doing stuff because they can. You know, like, they're just doing stuff because they can. I want to pull up what this Spartacus thing is quickly. We are all Spartacus. Yes! Perfect, man. Exactly. Spartacus, what is it? Stream? What is it? Spartacus service. PlayStation plans new service to take on. Is this Project Spartacus? Oh shit! Right. I'm with you now. It was codenamed Project Spartacus. I'm with you now. Yes. This is PlayStation's approach to doing their own Game Pass. I remember now. Thank you, Google. Yes, this is a very good idea. Overall, I think it's time that they take on the Game Pass in some shape or form. Personally, I think they should just mix Plus and Now into one bigger service. You know, I think that's the best way to overall do it, because they've kind of got it in place, but I think they should optimize it. I also think that with this Project Spartacus thing, is that they should include some other, like there should be the Sony streaming service as far as like movies and television go. And they should bring in Crunchyroll and Funimation, because Sony own both of those. If they can bring that in with a package, sorry. Oh, I'm getting sick thinking about the possibilities here. Also, like I said, I'm not 100% from COVID yet. My body is still recovering, and I'm probably just need a sip of water. But basically, they need a Game Pass service, and they need a streaming, like I think they should bring all of their movies and all of their Funimation and all of their Crunchyroll. If they can bring all of that onto the PS5, having alongside, like, we know Discord is coming, we know that we know that they've got Apple Music signed in now. If they can then put in like Funimation and all that good stuff, like, into a service that you can just pay for, as well as a Game Pass rival, then I think we'll be in a really, really good spot. And I trust Sony to make it affordable as well. They never really overprice anything. I think they find the sweet spot with all of their products. I know there's been a bit of debate over £60 games, £70 games and things like that. But I definitely think that it's in a very, very good, they're in a good position to really capitalize on the subscription services as well, you know? So Project Spartacus is a plus from me. We don't know when it's going to come or anything like that, but I really think it will launch this year. Harry Johnson, thank you so much and welcome to the chat as well. I never beat any games on Game Pass. Nor have I. Nor have I, now that you say it, because I can't get through. I can't get through Halo Infinite. I can't get through it. I'm trying, but I can't do it, man. I'd prefer to play the online, but then I just can't be bothered. I'm just catching up on the chat quickly. We got Kenneth, how you doing, man? KJ, Kenneth, you are KJ McGill, right? Because that's your second name, 100% over on Twitch. Thank you for all of your support on Twitch as well, man. Good to see you over here as well. I massively appreciate it. I appreciate that people actually follow the schedule and jump in on both. I just appreciate everyone. Let's keep it real. We're gonna move over to the PSVR stuff now. I don't think we need to watch the presentation again because I've already uploaded that. But I think it would be good to talk a bit about the specs. I think it'd be good to just in general have a nice little look. Am I not enjoying the new Halo? What gave you that impression? What have I said in the past 20 minutes that would have given you that impression? I do agree the Halo multiplayer is amazing, and I can sum up why I don't like Infinite by using the multiplayer as a great example. Basically, right, when you go into the Halo, when you go into Halo's multiplayer, they have all of these great maps that tell stories. You can move through cities, you move through indoor areas. They've got all of these really cool things that look like there's a lot of attention to detail and care that's gone into visual storytelling just for maps that you're just going to run and shooting everybody in. And then you move over to the actual campaign where visual storytelling should be at the forefront of what you're doing. You've got this beautiful idea of doing a nice Halo open world approach where you can go wherever you like at whatever time, and there's different challenges all over there. And then it's just like opening up any sort of Unreal 4 engine, right? Where they just go, you know, where they go like, what would Sonic look like in Unreal 4 engine? Yeah? And then they just put Sonic in like just a big empty map with trees and rocks and a few mountains and stuff. Or if you ever wanted to learn how to make a game and you type in Unreal map tutorials, yeah? It will just teach you how to make basically Halo Infinite's world. And that's my problem with it, more than anything. More than the fact that most of the scenarios around it are repetitive. Like, most of the scenarios are just like, blow up this silo, open this door, and things like that, right? More than that, it's the fact that the world is just trees and rocks, trees and rocks, trees and rocks. Random little, like, maybe a structure here, a structure there, but that's it. And you could have had cities, you could have set it on Earth, you could have moved it wherever, you could have had, like, space worlds, you could have had all of this stuff that would have made that open world I would love to walk through abandoned cities, or even cities with a lot of life in them that have been taken over by the Banished, because we can't call them the Covenant anymore for whatever reason. But instead, they didn't do any of that. They just gave us a big empty map, right? A big empty map. And then the worst thing about it is, half of it's not even, there's no like destructible, you can't get in the tank and run over, like a tree and it falls over or anything like there's none of that. There's none of that. And that is my problem with Halo Infinite overall. I don't think the AI needs a lot of work. The AI is pretty much like, it's not as challenging as it has been, but what they do to make up for that is they just put in more than enough enemies so you just feel overwhelmed, which I don't think the best way is. I used to like it when an elite, just a single elite soldier would be able to sort of outthink you. Like that he would do stuff that would draw you out and end up getting you killed. Whereas now they're like, put in 4 elites and that should do it. And they also give you a lack of like ammo and a lack of blah blah. But we're not here to talk about Halo. Please don't trigger me about Halo again, because fuck it. As a lifelong fan of the franchise, I'm not happy. We're gonna talk a little bit about PlayStation VR. Should we kick it off with just? Let's just do Horizon VR. Let's have a quick look at it. Ooh, let's have a quick look at the here we go. Let's have a little look at this quickly, just so we know what we're getting into. You know, just so we know what we're getting into. Hey, you're getting them power cells for every door. Exactly. How did the people that were there before you move? I'm not getting into it because there's literally people behind that door that will have needed to put in a power cell in order to have opened that door. How does that make sense? How did they get on the other side of the door and then the power cell moved out? How? It's not good. It's not good storytelling. It's not good gameplay. Sorry, man. Sorry. Let's look at what a good game looks like right now, and then we'll talk about PSVR 2.
Hi everyone, I'm Jan-Mart van Beek. I'm one of the studio directors.
I've watched this earlier, but I'll happily watch it again.
Everyone
I'm certain he's CGI.
To put the last
I'm almost certain.
Look at him. Horizon Forbidden
that
West
skin is way too clean.
Launch. We're all very excited and can't wait to get the game into your hands.
Look at the lighting and everything on him.
It's only a few more
This guy is 100%.
Now, as you join Aloy on her journey into the Forbidden West, it's great to know that this is not the final frontier of the world of Horizon.
I cannot wait.
In fact, it's only the beginning.
Wait.
Our teams have also been working on a brand new game set in the world of Horizon,
I cannot wait
which we are very proud to announce.
Thomas saying I punched my wall
today,
many times in
like to tell you that we're creating a unique new Horizon.
Did you Kyle your wall?
One that has been built from the ground up for PlayStation's next-gen VR hardware.
The old.
It's been designed to push gameplay, technology, and hardware innovation.
It's a game, right?
And it truly shows what's possible with the hardware's best-in-class visual experience and brand new controllers.
Because he's all like, it's just,
allowing
I'm not
you
on
to
my
interact
headphones in right now,
and
but
feel
he's
immersed in the world of
the Horizon story is just
beginning
and so on and so forth.
Now please enjoy this glimpse into our new adventure.
Like, I feel like this is
to Horizon Call of the Mountain.
This is more than an experience, it would appear. You know? Cedric, how you doing as well? Welcome to the chat, man. He's a VR 2 character, exactly. CG VR, man. CG VR.
What's that tonic doing?
It's heading towards Storm's grasp.
It's headed towards us.
Beautiful. I wish they showed us some more. I really wish they showed us more. So that is the discussion that we are having. Where's the specs? There we go. Okay. We have got. A game is an experience, isn't it? Exactly. We got visual fidelity. I love the term fidelity. Do you know why I love it? It's because they use it in Westworld a lot when they talk about reaching fidelity. So we've got 4K HDR, 110 degree field of view, and foveated. I don't even know how the fuck you say that, right? Foveated rendering, which someone explained to me earlier. I can bring up. I think I can bring up. Let me do it over here quickly. Someone explained it to me earlier in the comments, so I'm gonna pull up that comment for you quickly, because there are smarter men than me on the internet. Okay. You guys, this is why I love the community. You guys are so good at catching me when I slip up, and I massively appreciate it. Daydreamer, welcome to the chat. Mars Envision, welcome to the chat as well. Foveated. Thank you very, very much. Spelling it out phonetically really helps me out. So foveated rendering is a method of rendering at variable resolutions across the screen based on what you were looking at. So in your direct line of sight, you render everything at full resolution, and then in your near line of sight, you render everything at maybe half resolution, and then further out in your peripheral vision, render at quarter resolution or even lower. By doing this, it means that you save processing power, meaning that you can up the graphic quality of the game. The original PSVR actually had foveated rendering, but it cheated by rendering the middle of the viewpoint in full res and then the rest at lower resolutions. It worked to a degree, but this is much more advanced. So I hope that breaks it down for everyone. Thank you very much, Alien Invention, for that comment as well. I've read it out on stream, but I should probably quickly reply to it. Thank you so much, man. You are awesome. Also, Alien Invention, a key member of the Bamalam, so I appreciate him checking out the uploads as well. So there we go. That's how foveated things work. Basically, it's the way the human eye works in real life, and a lot closer to it now than with the previous PlayStation VR. So I really like really like that they're pushing this to the limit. I think it's perfect that it's only going to work with PlayStation 5, because I think this is obviously up to a new level, a new level of fidelity, as we shall say. Headset-based controller tracking, which is also awesome. They were talking about it in the presentation, saying like the eye tracking in this is going to be even more intense and stuff. I wonder if we'll be able to use the headset to do sort of like eye tracking. I really want to do an eye tracker, stream at some point. Like I said that I want to do more sort of like just chatting streams and things like that. I love those eye tracking streams or challenges where they upload like it. You go through a thing and it shows you 2 images, and it's about which one your eyes are drawn to quickly. So like if you had like Lance Reddick's character on one side and Aloy in a busty shirt on the left, my eyes would go straight to the Aloy one. So I'd love to try that out as a stream or whatever, but I wonder if you'll be able to do more stuff like that, because it has eye tracking built into the headset, and if we can actually use the headset for other things moving forward. It'd be really cool if they had like an eye tracking game that you could just do on the PlayStation. Maybe we should invent one and then sell it to PlayStation. But yeah, that's also, it's really cool how much they've actually improved the headset. New sensory features as well. Going to the toilet VR game? What are you? Where have you got that from? Where have you got that from? Blink Space Studio saying, sorry, I'm going to move back to this because I love having people's stuff pop up on the screen, as I said before. I need to get it now when we go over here that we actually have the chat still on screen here. But for now, I'm going to keep over here because I can read these out to you. So yeah, we've got the eye tracking, the headset feedback, 3D audio, and innovative PlayStation VR Sense controllers to create an incredibly deep feeling of immersion. Headset feedback is a new sensory feature that amplifies the sensations of in-game actions from the player. It's created by a single built-in motor with vibrations that add an intelligent tactile element, bringing players closer to the gameplay experience. For example, gamers can feel a character's elevated pulse during tense moments, the rush of objects passing close to a character's head, or the thrust of a vehicle as the character speeds forward. Additionally, PS5's Tempest 3D audio tech makes sounds in the player's surrounding come alive, adding to this new level of immersion. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. And then it reiterates on the eye tracking. PSVR detects eye tracking. Eye tracking detects the motion of your eyes, so a simple look in a specific direction can create an additional input for the game character. It does sound a little bit like a headache. I know, I worry a bit about VR because, like, in recent times, I've started getting motion sickness in cars. It's something that I didn't used to get at all. I don't know if that's maybe I need to get new glasses or what, but I'm aware that VR is not for everybody. But I feel like as they make it like leaps and bounds with VR, it's probably going to get less motion sickness inducing. The more they can bring this up to being closer to the life is the less that you're going to feel like you've been taken out of it. Really, One Gamer, what are you talking about? You find a toilet in a mall or something, some are out of order, it's the new game I thought of. Okay, sell it. You know what? Bamalam first. If you make it, we will back it. How about that? You make it, we will back it. I wish I could run into Aloy in VR. We all do. I'm sure if you search the internet hard enough, you can do to be 4K. Always looking forward to that. Always good to know. We've got a panel resolution of 2000 by 2040 per eye. That's per each eye. Awesome. We've got a refresh rate of 90 hertz and 120 hertz, which is awesome as well. Lens separation is adjustable. That's very, very good to know. Approximately 110 degrees. So that's your field of vision as well, how far you can see at any one time, I believe. Motion sensor, 6-axis motion sensor system, 3-axis gyroscope, 3-axis accelerometer. I don't know what all of this means. I'm gonna need some gamer glasses so my eyes don't melt off. Yeah, I'm gonna really have to do a lot to figure this out. like to really figure this out. However, there's one thing that I'm going to show you quickly, because I'm not going to say I've been on the fence about VR. I don't think that's the right way to put it, but I can definitely say that I wasn't in a rush to get PlayStation VR 1 because I knew that we were getting so close to VR 2, right? But yesterday, a clip went online that just made me want to play like sometimes things happen and you just go, I want to do that right now. And it's this clip right here. So while we're getting excited about PlayStation VR 2, it would be good to have a little look at this right here. Here we go. Check this out. I don't know what this game is. If someone knows in the comments what this game is, I would love to play this game. It just looks awesome, and this chick absolutely kills it as well. So here we go. Probably get a copyright strike because it's like a song, but here's what it is, man. I don't care about copyright claims anymore. They can fucking have the money. Like, it looks like Beat Saber, but like with pistols and shit. It just looks like a lot of fun. It just looks like a lot of fun. This is gonna be one of the first games I play. It just looks like an absolute vibe. And as we said, 2022 is the year of vibes, man. Like, it is the year of vibes. I love how on beat it is. I love how she's hitting every beat as well. Like, she's just straight killing it. She's hitting him with the pistol whip and stuff, you know? Like she is dancing her way through murdering this entire town of cowboys. Just a little. So it's called Pistol Whip? Awesome. I'm really looking forward to playing games like this. Obviously I'm gonna have to. Do you want to? Should we throw in a bonus clip? It's been an hour. Has it been an hour? No, it's not even been an hour. For some reason, my live counter has refreshed itself and says we've only been live for 3 minutes. Yeah, that is a great song. Sony in VR, the VR champ right here, saying the game is called Pistol Whip, one of the best VR games. I'm going to take your word for it because your name has VR in it. So I really am looking forward to getting into playing all of these games on VR. Like, I really can't wait to play through the back catalogue. There's a lot of other games. I know a lot of people said that the Astros VR game was great on PS VR 1. I know that Hitman had the VR edition as well. So there's a lot I'm looking forward to. So I really think that PlayStation VR is going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to throw in a bonus clip before we move forward for you guys right here because it leaned me sideways earlier. So I hope you enjoy it as much as I did. Here we go.
I'm not like you. Go to hell.
Pocket sand.
I'm not like you. Go to hell.
Pocket sand.
I'm not.
Super Hot would be great to play in VR. Resident Evil 7, I can't wait to shit myself playing that in VR. I'd love to revisit that as well. So really looking forward to that. Should we just move forward to the open? We don't have to cover Bully 2. I don't mind talking about Bully 2. Oh, no, before Bully 2, we're going to look at the Uncharted extended scene, actually. We're going to do that. So, really looking... I'm not looking forward to Uncharted, the movie, too much, but, like, at the same time, I can't help but be excited because at least it's Uncharted content. And if it does well, then we're more likely to get more Uncharted games, you know? Like, that is more what I'm looking forward to overall. PSVR 2 sounds amazing, but if you think PS5s are hard to get, just wait. I think PSVR 2 will be nearly impossible to get since they probably make a tenth of what's compared to PS5. But you have to remember, one of the biggest reasons that PlayStation 5 has been so hard to get is because of certain components not being accessible. Well, if they're making PSVR 2, they've probably gone ahead and used stuff that actually isn't going to make it hard to manufacture. Knowing what's gone wrong with PlayStation 5 and knowing that there's problems with getting them distributed, they are probably making sure that that isn't the case moving forward with anything that they do. You know, anything that they do, they're probably making sure now that there's not going to be a shortage of them, despite there being a shortage of the console. That is what I hope for. That's what I didn't press play. Hold up, I didn't press play on that at all. Scalpers is a bigger problem, but again, there's definitely been things moving forward to try and lower the amount of scalper issues. I know, for instance, there's been a, like, certain places are doing, like, you get sent a code, and only when you have the code do you have access to purchase stuff and things like that. So, yeah, by the time it comes out, I'm hoping that people have put stuff in place to combat these kind of things, you know? I really hope they have. That's also with any tech companies. Yeah, that's the other thing. We like every hot item at the moment is being scalped. It happened with graphics cards and things like that, you know? So it's hopefully they're finding ways to combat this stuff moving forward. Hopefully we can all get our hands on it, because if we all get our hands on it, then fuck everybody. No, I'm playing. I genuinely, I am a massive believer of, like, I'm sad that so much people haven't been able to witness the greatness of PS5, and I feel a lot like an imposter because I came into the PlayStation journey. Look, I may have started on PS1 years and years ago, but then I stepped over to the dark side, you know, and then I came back just in time to swoop up a PlayStation, or like a PS5 on day one, you know, like it's like, and I feel bad. I feel bad because there's a lot of people in chat, there's a lot of people in this community, there's a lot of people in the Bamalam that I will just say rightfully deserve to experience the greatness of PS5 more so than me jumping on in the last minute. And I genuinely feel bad that there's so much people that haven't been able to get their hands on it, because I think it's a fucked up situation, man. And I think it divides us as a community quite well. Like, you know, it divides us all as a community, because everyone should be experiencing the same thing. And we should all be able to have discussions about this and all be on the same page. But we're not, you know, we're not. And that's because of a lack of consoles and because of scalpers fucking things up as well. Don't just put it down to the lack of consoles. You've got to realize how much scalpers have fucked things up for a lot of people as well. And Shaq buying 1,000 of them, you know. Should actually check out the Metal Hellslinger trailer. We'll check that out after this Uncharted thing. Does that work for everybody? Silent Hill in VR. I'm not sure I could do that. That sounds really cool. I'd be willing to take that on. I think Smeghead, welcome to the chat. I think PSVR will be it can't be, there's no way it's going to be 500 to 700 unless you're buying it with a PlayStation 5, because you can't make an accessory product more than the actual product it's going out for. People just won't pay for that, you know? $300, I think, like, considering that PSVR now is still around 200 to 300, I reckon we're looking at a 300 to maybe 400 situation. But there's no way you can bring it out more expensive than the product that people have to buy to be able to play it. You know, that just puts it in a place where it's going to be a no deal for most people, ultimately. Like, I think 300 to 400 is the right price range. You know what? 350. 350. Because 400 feels a little bit like a piss take, you know? And there you go. The Quest 2 is $299. So you've got to also combat the current market as well. I call 400 myself. 359 in England. Yeah, exactly. Around £350. I think that's about right. I think that's a good compromising price. You know, and then the bundles will go up. Get it with certain games, blah de blah de blah. It will go up. Get it with a PS5. You're looking to spend way too much money, but it is what it is. So you know, like I reckon that sounds about right. 350 is a good call. It's a very good call. We will see. We will see though. I just think you price it too much, and people are going to say get fucked. You know, Amaranth got a PS5 and is playing through Spider-Man. You have an addiction, my friend. You have an addiction. I just want you to know that we're all here for you, man. We are all here for you. Quest 2 is dominating at the moment, so they'll want to be in with a good price. Yeah, exactly. You have to look at what the current market is, and you have to look at how you can situate yourself within that as well. And if it is as good as they're looking to deliver, they want to get in as much hands as possible. You know, remember when the PS3? Remember the PS3 when it first came out? That went well. I was on Xbox at that point in time. I was like, fuck Sony. I was never part of the console war. Never part of the console war. Sorry, I've just dropped a pen over here. Shall we watch this trailer? Shall we watch this trailer? Sony are notorious for taking the piss. I call 450. Hey. We can sit here and talk about prices all day long. We literally can. But let's have a little look at our boy Tom Holland, aka Sony's golden child. You know, like he's everywhere. He's everywhere for Sony at this point in time. I think it's a bad casting. The reason I will say this, and this isn't a spoiler so much for No Way Home, and please refrain from spoilers in case people haven't seen it, but I think it's a bad move casting him as Nathan Drake. When the last movie he was in, he was very acrobatic because he was Spider-Man, but more importantly, for the majority of the movie, even when he's in the bloody suit, he doesn't have his mask on. So it's going to be very difficult to separate between the two characters because he can only do like one American accent as well, overall. So it's just, I just think they shouldn't have chosen him to play two slightly sort of acrobatic similar characters. Like, I feel like they could have cast someone else for this, and I don't 100% agree with the fact that they've gone with a younger Nathan Drake. I don't think there was any need to go with a young Nate Drake. I think they could have gone with a like later 20s and it would have been fine. That's pretty much how we were introduced to him in Uncharted 1 anyway. And my suggestion earlier was that they should cast, what's he called? Is he called Egerton? Callie, correct me if I'm wrong. The kid from Kingsman, right? If you wanted an acrobatic Brit to play Nate Drake, why didn't you just get him? Why didn't you just... He's more his age as well. I genuinely think he would have... Like, I want him to play Sam. I think because him and Tom Holland look so closely alike, I think he would make a great Sam Drake. Taron Egerton, there we go. Egerton. Taron, I think he would have made a great... If we're going on the basis of that you can like that you can be, you know, casting Tom Holland as Nate Drake, you may as well have just gone a few years older and got Taron in instead. But I hope that maybe they cast him as Sam because he looks a lot like Tom, and you know, like in like Rocket Man, he's got like the hair and stuff, and he could Egerton. There we go. Thank you so. I love you guys, man. I genuinely like. Instead of mocking me, you help me. Do you know how important it is to have people like that in your life? So yeah, I genuinely think his acrobatic ability would have made him a great Nate Drake overall. But let's have a little look at this trailer anyway and see how's it going. You know.
Hey! Hey! Come on!
I love Tatty Gabrielle as well. Crazy that they've just put this whole scene out. Crazy they put this out. See, it's just, I can't get over the fact, it's just Peter Parker. It's just Peter Parker was out on a journalism job and he just happened to get caught in all of this. Like, I can't get past it, man. I genuinely can't get past it.
Now get rid of her.
Like, it looks great. Don't get me wrong, it like they've done a great job with the special effects. They've done a great job with the special effects. Like this comes close to capturing this set piece of the wonderment, and it captures the essence of Uncharted. But I just think that they've just done bad casting roles. I think they've just miscast this movie. I genuinely think that's all it is. They've miscast. They've miscast. They've miscast. That's it. That's my only problem with it, man. Like, that's just Spider-Man doing that. It's just Spider-Man. You know? I can't get over it. I expect him to just go out of nowhere. Some of that stuff looks a bit floaty as well. Like the sense of gravity feels a little bit off, doesn't it? How are you gonna put no spoilers today, sir. No spoiler. Not today. No spoilers. No Sir Devil. Guten Abend, my friend Timo. How you doing? Seb as well. How you doing? Welcome. Hope you're all having a good start to the new year. I will say that again because I really do hope that everyone's having a good start to the new year. There was a suggestion up here earlier. How do you guys feel about that piece of footage right there, though? How do you feel about that? I think it's, for me, I just can't get past him looking like I just can't get past him. Like he's too iconically Spider-Man at this point in time, right? You know, like he's too tied to that character for me to not see anything other than that. And I think that's a very big problem. Like the girl that they cast in Tomb Raider, I hadn't seen her in much. And that worked in her favor. I think what works really well about like a lot of the casting choices in, say, like the MCU and stuff is they pick people that you kind of go like oh, I wouldn't have seen him as that role, and then by the end of it, you're like, yo, I can't believe, you know, like Robbie Downey Jr. like just is Iron Man to me now, and I can't separate the two characters, and that's how I feel about Spider-Man. 100%. Thank you so much, Blink Studio Space, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for the Spin Bike Entertainment. I am a total mess and need to hop in a cold shower. Hey, you've earned that shower. You have earned that shower. Thank you so much, and thank you for being a part of the community. I massively appreciate the donation as well, man. Thank you very, very much. Yeah, the physics are off. Internet gonna be face swapping this. Oh yeah, 100%. I can't wait for them to put Nathan Fillion's face on Tom Holland. Wasn't it already like cast Nathan 3 times already, and they always have to start over because the casting didn't work out? Is that what happened? That's a shame, man. That is a shame. My feelings are simply meh. Like, I know we're all going to check it out because we love the franchise and we're here to support regardless. And I hope that our worries can be put at bay. But it's just coming out so close to like the thing is, right? It's not like Spider-Man was a small movie. It's not like like that's like the biggest movie in the past year as far as success goes. So it's just very, very hard to not see Peter Parker, especially when you're releasing it like three months after. Not even that, like basically 2 months after. So it's a tough one. Wurzum saying, I don't care about movies, 99% crap anyway. I kind of agree. I personally feel that television is in a much better spot than movies overall, like completely, you know. No, they won't. They're getting hate already. People are hating already. Yeah, I mean, yeah. There's a lot of people hating on it already. I mean, gamers will hate on anything. Let me correct that. Humans on the internet will hate on anything. But yeah, overall, I just think he needs to move away from something like Nathan Drake and Spider and Peter Parker are almost too similar. I've seen him in other stuff. I watched that movie where he's with Daisy Ridley, and I wasn't thinking there's Peter Parker because he was doing a completely different acting role, you know? But both characters are cocky overall. They're very athletic. Like, there's just a lot of similarities. They're full of quips and puns and all of that kind of stuff. Like, there's just too much similarities there to separate the two when you bring out these movies too close together, you know? So, yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame. It's a shame. And that's all we can really say. But we're going to have a little look at this Metal Hellslinger, which came out at the Game Awards. So I think I must have seen this. But look, so much stuff happened at the Game Awards. I'm not really quite sure what reality is. I'm pretty sure Amanda Waller walked out and told the entire crowd off at some point in time, if I'm not mistaken. Like things were going crazy. There was a music video. There was like a K-pop music video for that game that's coming out. Like that whole event feels sort of like a fever dream when I think back to it. It was one of the last times that I streamed last year as well. It was a fun stream, don't get me wrong, but it went on until like 4 a.m. in the morning, and those gummies kicked in midway through it, and things got very strange, very strange overall, you know. But yeah, let's have a little look at this again. Let's refresh my memory and have a little look. Say Insomniac Naughty Dog 3 times while staring at a mirror at midnight, and you'll forget Tom Holland. Maybe we will. Alright, this is a day one for Callie. See if it's a day one for me. Let's see if I can remember this. Oh yeah, this game! Is this like the Doom cowboy game? No, am I tripping? Aren't you like a cowboy or something? Like a cowboy from hell? Right? Yeah, I'm sold. I mean, you guys love Doom. Like, you guys love Doom, so I'm not surprised that this game is a day one for you. Doom ripoff by one guy. This is fucking metal, man. You know, like, there's only one way to describe this, and it's metal. Like... Yes, I'm very much like this. It looks for a one made by one guy. Hey, well done, sir. Well done. Like, just what's the other Doom game that's got, like? Is it like is it Ninja Warrior or something like that? I can't remember the name, but what's the like samurai Doom one? Devil May Cry meets Doom? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's fucking hype, man. Have we got like devil wings as well? Like when he jumps, he's got like a little like wings come in on the side? Okay. Yeah, like when he jumps, it's like he's got like wings. You see that? Like they come in through the side. I don't even know what that sword is, but I'm down with it, man. He's like hitting it to, yeah, he's like what Dan and Yusuf is saying. Like he's doing it to the beat, which is crazy. I really like that a lot. And it's like there's a rhythm to it, you know, which is awesome. Cool. Metal Hellslinger. Yeah, it looks like BPM. What's the game I'm thinking of? You know, the one that looks like Doom, but you've got like samurai points and stuff. You know, like throwing stars and nunchucks, and I don't even know. The gameplay is too fast. That was relatively slow overall. That was quite slow overall. You build up bonuses for shooting on beat and lose them if you're off. As a rapper, I know exactly what that's all about. I don't know who these like random website people are coming in. Yusuf, welcome to the chat as well. Yeah, like that game looks metal as fuck, and I'm here for it. I'm absolutely here for it. What is the one I'm thinking of? I'm just gonna type in Ninja Doom game and hope some. Shadow Warrior 3. That's it. Shadow Warrior 3. I mean, we've gone off topic here. The next thing to discuss is the PS Plus games. I want to know how people feel about this month's PS Plus games. We'll talk about that in a second. This is the game I was talking about just briefly. I'm not going to show you. There's 17 minutes of gameplay. I don't think we need to see 17 minutes of gameplay. We can watch this one quickly with a very short amount of gameplay in it. This looks in the same vein. This game looks in the same vein as Metal Hellslinger. You know. Don't we always? Yeah, we do, man. There's no real set. It's all about vibes, man. 2022, it's all about vibes. Like this is just Doom. This is just Doom, but Samurai Doom, and it's not a bad combination. not a bad combination at all. It looks like a lot of fun. He also has like the Force. He has the Force, which is cool. Like he's pushing people back and stuff. He's doing the Neo. If you've seen the new Matrix Revelations or whatever it's called, Resurrection. Resurrection. I believe it's called Matrix Resurrection. I don't care. It's the new Matrix though. It's Matrix 4. Shadow Warrior 1 is a classic. Yes. Well, I've never played it. But based on this, I can understand why. I can understand why people would hold this in high regard. It just looks like crazy fun, doesn't it? That's the other thing about playing. I'm not going to start dissing Halo Infinite again, but since playing Doom, Halo just feels so slow and so pussy. Like Master Chief is an absolute pussy, man. Like Doom guy would fucking snap his neck off and piss in his helmet, man. Like and then go have lunch. Like it was nothing. Like it was nothing to him. Like the pacing is what I like from a shooter, and the vibe of it overall is like you're not gonna run out of bullets or anything, or you might do if you're not on top of like ammo conservation or whatever you want to call it. But overall, like I don't like that a lot of shooters nowadays are just like, oh, we're gonna increase the difficulty by just giving you less bullets, you know. I don't think that's the way to do it. I think if I'm playing a shooter, I want to continually shoot stuff. So it is what it is. But yeah, looking forward to all of those games. I'm sure I will rage quit every single one of them, but I can hope. So here we go. This month on PlayStation Plus, we have. Should we just do that? We have Deep Rock Galactic, which honestly, I think I will stream that a couple times. It's a very fun game. If you've not played it, if you look at it and you go, get some mates. It's free. Get some of your friends. Get in a party and have a good time with it. That's what I did when I first played this. I've got it on PC. I had it on PC. It's fun. It's genuinely just fun. It's a little bit Doom-esque. Not completely Doom-esque, but seeing as we're close to the topic of Doom, like it's got a vibe to it. It's definitely got a vibe to it. Remember when hard difficulty in games added more things to do? Exactly, Angel. They didn't strip things away from you. They didn't make it like a survival shooter. They actually made it a challenge. And that was really, really good. It's a great game. Played it with some buddies the other night. We had a lot of fun. It's really cool, man. It's who doesn't want to be a galactic dwarf with friends, and you've all got different sort of traits and classes, and it's genuinely enjoyable. If my headache is not there at the end of this stream, because I still feel like I got a headache and I don't feel great, I will jump on with you, Callie. Then we've got Persona 5 Strikers, which for me is probably the way I want to play Persona 5, because honestly, I wasn't a fan of the turn-based. But this isn't turn-based, is it? This is more of a ready-to-go version. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. I think that's a bit more my speed. And Dirt 5 isn't a bad game just to have in your back catalogue overall. It's not great or anything, but I'm not a big fan of racing games overall, but it's nice to have that option. It's nice to have that just added to your collection. And again, because, you know, racing games are the kind of games that are a lot more fun when you're playing them with friends. So I genuinely think this is a decent start to the year. I think we've had some iffy months in the past few months overall. I think there's been some sort of lackluster months with the PS Plus stuff, but I think this is probably a good start to the year. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of big games that came out last year will be added over the course of this year. I wouldn't be surprised to see Kena added to PS Plus in the next couple of months, if I'm being honest with you. So I think there's a lot to look forward to with this. I think it's a good start to the year. It could have been worse. And as I'm saying, if you haven't played Deep Rock Galactic, get on with some friends and give it a go, man. Give it a go, honestly. I think that's about it for today. I think that's kind of it. We'll do the Q&A. We'll wrap it up on the Q&A, because that's the best way to do it. If you have any opinions on those games, do go ahead. Do go ahead and let me know. But yeah. I want to say a massive thank you to everyone for making me feel so welcomed back into the streaming community. I know that sounds really strange, but you know, like, you take a certain amount of time off and then you start to get anxiety about returning, and you start to just get a bit weird about things in general, and you feel like you've forgotten how to do it. But at the end of the day, it's just like talking to friends, isn't it? It's just like being in chat, only everyone's in text, and I'm the weird guy in voice chat. So that's it. Can I quickly send you a YouTube link about Meta VR gloves? But it's from November. I mean, if you want to. What is the? Can you just tell me how to find it? Meta VR gloves. Deep Rock is my stripper name. Yes. Thomas, if you can tell me what channel it is on, then I can just find it quickly. So that would help out. Yes, I'm loving. This is what I mean. This is what when I'm talking about vibes. I love the running jokes that we've got going. I just genuinely love it all. Or if you've got me on Twitter, then send it to me. You do have me on Twitter, so you can send it to my inbox on Twitter if you want as well. Evil one. Let me just load up. Let me get Twitter open as well. Obviously, if anyone wants to follow me on Twitter, you should know by now. But it's at Bamalam. So check that out if you want to. VR. Okay, VR and. Okay. All right. I think I've got it. Is it this video? Oh, Blue Box Talk. Okay, yeah, we'll check that out before we end as well. That's a good call, Mr. Unknown, and I did say we do that. So we're gonna go for like another 10-15 minutes or something like here. Is this the video, Thomas? I know there's a slight delay, so I'll give it a sec. But this is the correct correct channel. So I'm gonna assume this is the correct thing as well. This looks mad. This looks like some sort of fetish thing going on already. I don't know why my mind was drawn to that, but yeah, this is how you like wank off someone in VR, isn't it? That's what it's gonna be, isn't it? That's what people are gonna be. Let's have a look at this. This is the thing, man. No matter how good your intentions are, the internet will sex it up. The internet will always sex it up, and it's just a fact of life, man. It's just a fact of life. So let's have a look. Yeah, 100% people are going to use this for masturbation. They are 100. I can already see it. I can already see it. They're going to be like, I can feel your boobs, babe, from like across the world. I can see it happening. So are they like haptic? Are they going to explain? So like haptic gloves? Like she can feel that ball in her hand. She can feel that ball in her hand. Hey. Yeah, that's what. Okay, yeah, she can feel them balls in her hand, man. I know where this is going. Let me turn this music down though. I know where this is going.
Here we go. You're on. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. I know exactly where this is going.
Gotcha.
You filthy, filthy animals. You know what's going to happen, man. I don't even like you just know what the internet does. You just know what they do with everything. Because you all thought it, I all thought it. Second I saw what it was, I knew what was going to happen. The world is a dangerous place. The world is like, why do you think they showed you the example of that ball being moved around in her hands, man? And why do you think they made the lady do it? Why do you think they made the lady do it? Because filthy men on the internet need to be sold every single product, and sex sells. So there we go. Let's have a little look at what Hassan, our good friend Hassan, is saying over on Twitter. Do I still follow him? No, but I'll go to Blue Box because I follow them. VR chat anime guy. It's happening, man. Really, One Gamer, you are about to be able to feel Amaranth in your hands. Have you seen the one with the guy in the VR who kills an NPC with a lightsaber? We watched that on the last stream. We watched that. So yeah, 100%. Where am I looking? Unknown. Is it on Hassan's actual page or is it on Blue Box Game Studios? Because the last thing he posted is something I already responded to. Where he's saying about the toxicity is real, and I basically said, get fucked, mate. There's no one's being toxic. Like, people are just annoyed because you guys have been very, very bad at rolling out your product, and you've not been clear, and you've kept saying, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming, and then delivering nothing. And if people get annoyed about that, that is not in any shape or form, being toxic. That's being rightfully annoyed that you keep trying to sell something when you could have just said, look guys, we need so much more time. We need so much more time. Just wait until 2022 and we'll get back to you. But instead they kept trying to push and say, oh, well, maybe we'll do this or the app's live now and blah, blah, blah. And they showed us like a 5-second clip that was already on the Twitter and things like that. Like, they released that clip onto Twitter before it came out in the app, and think like they messed up. They messed up. Instead of putting their hands up and saying we're messing up, they now are saying, oh, it's the toxicity levels and it's creating a pressure and stress for us. You could have done stuff to alleviate, like, stop that stress. You could have done stuff to stop that stress, but you didn't. You didn't, and that's your fault. So don't turn around and say, oh, everyone's being so toxic, because you were being toxic when you were leading people on and letting people down. That is a toxic marketing platform and development plan. So don't fucking turn it around on everybody else and try and make us feel bad that you can't deliver on something that you keep promising you're going to deliver on. You signed a deal with PlayStation 5. You signed a deal with Sony about this, and instead of keeping things in the shadows until you had them ready to go, you have consistently messed up for the good part of well over 6+ months. Okay? So no one's being toxic. People are just sick and tired of you saying, oh, this is the greatest thing ever. Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Like, bullshit, man. Just bullshit, man. So yeah, glad we ended on a high point. He hasn't said, there's nothing on here that's new. They've not posted anything in the new year apart from his little rant. And if you go on, if you go into the replies, where is it? Is it here? Somewhere there you go. There's me saying it, like on the 27th of December, literally. The fact you don't even understand why people are annoyed only further demonstrates how little you guys know what you're doing within the public forum. The annoyance comes from multiple, it's coming, this is happening, we've got such big plans, to delivering nothing. You could have kept quiet and just originally said the product will be out when it's ready. Instead, you kept moving the goalposts and then never delivering on anything other than disappointment. It's just as toxic to outright lie to people as it is some of the backlash you got. Simple as, mate. Like, that's it. You know, like, I don't know. That's not me being toxic in saying that. It's just the truth. It's just the truth. So yeah, thank you so much for being a part of State of Games. I'm really enjoying this. It's really nice to just do this, and I promise we will have more. When there's weeks when there's good stuff to talk about, there'll be more stuff to talk about. Obviously, the big news today was really just the Ubisoft stuff and the PSVR stuff, but we made the best of it. And we had a good time overall, and it's so nice to see so many different names and faces back in the chat. I really, really do appreciate everybody taking time out of their day and just making these chats what they are ultimately, you know, keeping things ticking over. As I said earlier, you don't mock me when I mess up, you carry me and make sure that things move forward. So there we go. Thank you very, very much. Do check the Forbidden West robots. I want to see your reaction. We'll do that on another stream. We'll do that, like, I'm going to be doing more just chatting streams over on my Twitch and things like that. It's also easier to check things out on YouTube on Twitch without getting so much, like, YouTube will shut me down if I look at stuff. Oh, and if you mean the new robots, then I don't want to see them. I don't want to see him. I said this the other day. I'll say it again. I feel like I want things to be exciting and new when I play the game. I don't want to know what's in the game. I don't know why they released a whole like highlights reel of all of the new monsters and stuff. That to me makes no sense at all. Like, I would have much rather just wait for the game to come out and then seen it, you know, like, that's how I feel about it. But hey, like, I get that there's some people that like opening their Christmas presents earlier in December. I am just not one of those people. So yeah, so that I'm not going to check him out, unfortunately, but not because like I'm being bitter or anything, just because I like my streams being first impressions and first reactions and genuine. You know, I've seen the snake now. I feel like I've missed that. You know, I feel like I've had that opportunity robbed from me, because there would have been a point in the game where I would have turned a corner and a giant fucking mechanical snake would have popped out at me and I wouldn't know what to do. But instead they've got me mentally prepared for it to some level, you know? So, it is what it is. But I won't be checking out any more sort of spoilers. The game is right around the corner. Thank you so much, all of the mods. As always, thank you so much, all of the members, all of the subscribers. All of you are great. Remy, thank you so much, man. I'm glad to be back as well. There'll probably be another Horizon State of Play, and I probably will cover it. But, you know, we're so close now. Give me a God of War State of Play. Give me a Stray State of Play. Give me a Sifu State of Play. Give me something that I don't know too much about. Horizon, the money's already left my bank account for it. You know? Like, you don't need to sell that game to anyone else. Show me more of the VR. Show me more of the VR. James, aloha back to you in Hawaii as well. How's it going, man? How is it going? Do you want GTA 6 spoilers? I have a friend that works in Rockstar. I'm good for now. I'm good. Thank you very, very much. We are out of here. I don't have an outro. I will have a new outro for you guys very, very soon. I just need to figure out what I want to do with it. We out of here, baby. Take care of yourselves and look out for each other. Have a great week. It's Wednesday. And if you want to join me for more gaming stuff, I will be gaming tomorrow on twitch.tv/Bamalam Plays, where we do all of our gaming stuff. But any highlights and any shorts and stuff end up on here anyway. So it's the best of both worlds. Peace!